morning, how are you? Today I'm reviewing an electric skateboard is what they call it. It's more like a longboard or Mars Rover in my opinion. But this showed up yesterday. I had no clue what it was. If I buy stuff, I expect it. But this got delivered and I was like, what did I buy this time? I was out here like picking at it with sticks, like making sure it wasn't from Tony or something. But then I looked back through my emails and I'll just summarize. He was basically like, hey, Inja, saw your YouTube channel, love it. Can you review our electric skateboard? And I said basically, does it look like the Mars Rover? Because if not, I'm not gonna review another skateboard. Okay, send it my way. So anyway, this is a brand new type of skateboard. I had never seen this kind of skateboard. It doesn't even have trucks, has like independent suspension per wheel. I definitely am excited to see what it can do. I don't really ride longboards anymore, to be honest. But I'm gonna give this guy a shot. Speed wobble is the thing that freaks me out about electric longboards that go super high speeds, just because once they start wobbling, you're going down. This one is built completely different. So let's see if I feel comfortable on it or not. And let's see if it's any good. So let's get it unboxed. Let's do this thing. That looks like a Mars Rover to me. All right, moment of truth. Oh yeah. Oh, no problem. Definitely doesn't feel like a traditional skateboard slash longboard. Not too bad, not too bad. Dang, dude. All right, well, dude, check this out. Check this out. It's actually pretty cool. Look at those trucks. Look at those trucks. That's actually pretty cool. So I'll post the specs up for you right now and I'll test this out. If it's any good, I'll recommend it. If it's not any good, I won't recommend it. All right, so honestly, I have no idea what to compare this board to because this, again, as I said, I think is their newest brand new model that they haven't even put a listing up for yet. So I don't even know the price of this thing, but it's actually a really sweet board. I personally had never seen any like truck design like this. Crazy stuff. Again, it does have independent suspension, so as you can imagine, if you're going over a bump, these aren't attached by a truck that does this kind of thing. So this wheel can just pick up and that one doesn't have to, and the board stays completely flat. This button right here is actually for the headlight. There's a headlight there and a tail light. And a tail light that flashes green. I'll have to see how bright those are at night. Then this, of course, I would assume is the power, and then this is just charging port. But I'll get it charged up and we'll see what this thing does. This longboard actually does have a headlight on it and a tail light on it, and they're actually really bright. All right, let's get this thing out for a test. So one of the differences in this longboard than the other longboards I've tried is that it has like the independent suspension, but like you guys can see, it tries to level out the board when it's going over objects. So anyway, that was like one of the main features. They showed it running over like a toolbox or something, and then the board stays completely flat, but the trucks, or whatever you call those, kind of just adapts to the bumps and keeps the board level. All right, so right off the bat, this is a pretty, it feels like a pretty short board. Huh, so far I like the feel of it. Dude, this thing handles really well. This is not bad at all, dude. But to be totally honest, I'm still a little sketched out by it because I crashed. There was a different electric longboard that I crashed at high speed twice and it did not feel good. I just don't have my confidence anymore riding these things. And so I don't know how, I might just I might just call up Lord Kurt, see what he's up to, and have him try it, because he loves these things. I mean, he rides his Carbon Pro everywhere, but he has a lot more confidence on longboards than I do. But this one actually felt really nice. So far, this actually felt very, very, very nice.
Fully charged?
It's pretty much fully charged, but we're just gonna do, so Lord Kurt's here clearly, but we're just gonna do, I didn't ride it extensively, okay? I'm gonna preface this.
I can see like 5 footprints.
Yes, yes,
so
you can.
Like 3 times.
Yes. So I basically just took it up and down the street as best I could, but I'm getting flashbacks from bad times, so I didn't want to go too crazy. But I told the people on YouTube that you would come out hopefully and just at least get it up to speed, because I didn't go full speed.
Yeah.
And just see your initial impressions, what you think of it.
All right, and I've been riding that GTS Carbon Pro thing for
a lot.
EOVan Carbon Pro. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
I probably got like 4 charges, which is over 100 miles on it.
Dang, yeah, and I told him that too, that you've been enjoying the Carbon Pro.
Yeah, it's
so
nice.
So this is
high standards now.
Yeah.
Switching like
probably different
modes.
speeds too. I didn't really cover that. You think there's different speed? I think it said 4.
So that looks like slow. That's medium. That's fast.
Yeah, there we go.
So put it on fast mode. So it does feel different. The way these trucks work feels very strange.
Yeah.
Not bad, but I figured it would still feel like a longboard, but it feels different.
Okay.
So I'll give you a little pull and see what it can do.
All right.
That's full power. It's a little slow in the accelerations.
All right.
That was full speed.
All right.
This is one board where I would say you will use the full speed.
Yeah.
With my Carbon, I don't know
It's
that
so
I've
fast.
ever hit full speed.
Yeah.
Not because I'm so scared as much as like I don't need to.
Right.
Like I feel satisfied with the speed that I'm going.
Yeah.
And at some point I recognize going over 30 on a thing with regular street clothes on isn't wise.
Right.
This thing I probably only got, I mean I could get my, you have your phone with the
I do, yeah. Might as well pull that up.
use?
Exactly, yeah, I got you.
See how fast I can get it.
All right, so let's do the top speed run. Top speed, you guys can see it's all reset, so just hang on to that. You can't lock the phone, unfortunately, but...
Stick it in there, zip the pocket. That's full acceleration. .8 miles per hour.
17.8.
Not as quite as fast as they were.
Not quite, not
they must
quite.
Have, like, I'm guessing this is what they did. They went like this.
Lift it up and
then they just went like this.
Yeah, as fast as they could. That's what I was thinking too. Probably.
But you know, I'm laughing about this, but it does, the truck design, I kind of am starting to like.
Yeah.
It feels kind of stable.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too, right off the bat.
You can still make a full turn without leaning over too far.
Yeah, and the turning radius is solid. Yeah.
It was a good turning radius. It felt more stable. Honestly though, 17 miles an hour on mine would have felt pretty stable
Exactly,
too.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's hard. I mean, the cost of this though is significantly less than the Carbon.
Right.
That's
I honestly don't know how much they're selling it for, but their other boards are anywhere from like $400 to $600 or $700.
So I mean, it's probably their top model.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's their new model.
800, 900, something like that.
Yeah.
But not where the other one's at.
I don't know, maybe? Do you think that was long enough strip for where the GPS was recognizing the top speed as well?
Maybe. I'll go down there and run a full loop.
That's a quicker, yeah, that's a longer strip probably.
Yeah, I'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if I can get it to go faster.
All right, so run number 2. Let's see if you get up
17.8.
That's what you had.
That's full braking right there.
Full brake. Doesn't stop as quick.
Quite as aggressive.
Right.
It's just got less power. The more powerful the motor is in the control.
Yeah, 600 watt motors, 2 600 watt motors.
19.9.
19.9, so about 20 miles per hour. And this guy, how heavy are you? 270?
220. Yeah, you said that last time.
No, I know. So we got a fairly heavy rider. I'm assuming most people are not going to be quite that heavy if they're on a longboard. They'll probably be some wiry chaps,
yeah.
you know, little scrawny chaps. But so they have it. About 20 miles per hour or so is what we realistically got. 2 600 watt motors. I just checked the specs before Kurt got here. And yeah, so initial impressions. What are your initial impressions of the board?
I'm comparing it to the Lamborghini Longboard.
Pretty
like,
much.
That's what my experience is on.
Yeah.
So the acceleration is slower, but I didn't like sit there and think, man, this thing needs to start moving. It moved.
Yeah.
Top speed. I wouldn't really want to go faster on it, probably. I mean, it feels stable, but at the same time, it's a narrow wheelbase. I went across one of those little like reflector.
Okay.
Things,
Yeah, on the road.
In the middle of the roads, they have those little bumps.
Yep.
I rode across one, and it went dunk, dunk, and I could feel it.
Yeah.
So if you hit something at high speeds, I wouldn't trust it completely.
Yeah.
So 20 feels about right. That'll get you across town. I mean,
Gotcha.
Not bad. The
Okay.
only thing pending, I will say, it feels really solid. Like that's a aluminum truck design.
Yep. Carbon fiber board.
Fiber body, which is obviously reinforced. It's really stiff.
Yeah.
So stiffness is a negative for ride quality, hypothetically, right?
Uh-huh.
But I would say that longevity, strength, ability to withstand test of time, this thing should do it.
Yeah.
It's very well built. My only complaint would be underpowered motor,
Right.
which is probably the result of a smaller battery. You can't pull a lot of current off of a small battery, so they had to make a decision on that somewhere.
Right.
We'll see
And maybe a little bit short. My analysis was or one complaint I had was it might be a little bit too short, especially for me being so tall.
Yeah, it's not an abnormal. It's like shoulder width.
Yeah.
But you don't get to have a super wide. I mean, I bet it'll be hard to go downhill on.
Right.
No complaints as long as it's priced correctly.
Yeah.
They're trying to charge
exactly.
$1,200.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Who knows? In my small experience with electric longboards, I feel like I can trust that one just a little bit more as far as like the ride stability goes.
Yeah.
So
Shortness
yeah.
of it though could be a positive if you're trying to use it as like a trunk.
That's true. That's actually that's
I
true.
think truck design is an advantage because the wheelbase is as long as other boards, but the board itself isn't. Because like a normal board would come past the wheels.
Yep.
So I think they did a good job making it efficient, small, and the trucks were a necessity because of its stability problems at a short board.
That's true.
But yeah, I
Interesting.
think it's got a lot of ingenuity and well built. Just
Yeah,
I'm
they
a
just
little
have to price it
heavier.
right.
I'm a
Yeah.
little heavier, so the speed wasn't what I, would have liked for it probably. But if you're a 130-pound person,
Right. You'd
and
probably
you
get
don't
more
really
than
wanna
that.
Put it somewhere small, it's probably perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, right price, and I would say it's a good buy.
Yeah. Frick.
If you get tired, you can just ride it like this.
See how it does on grass, dude. Oh, yeah. No, no problem at all. This thing's actually a blast. I'm getting used to it now. I just got, maybe it was just because I was all geared up and stuff, but I don't have gear on anymore. I was just gonna show you guys really quick. And the suspension, or just like the turning, I don't even know what you call this, but the turning on this, just check how it, just look how it works. The wheels, unlike trucked longboards, the wheels always are riding in the center of the tire, and it doesn't feel like it wants to spring back. Traditional longboards don't do that. They kind of spring back, and I think that's also a cause for the speed wobble on traditional longboards, is because the trucks just the chemistry of them. Whereas these ones, like this suspension kind of setup, kind of just handles it really well. So as I'm turning around, you guys can kind of see what the wheels do. Really cool, really cool. I can actually see myself riding this one. The other one's probably not, but this one's just so predictable. This one, it doesn't feel like I'm just gonna eat it at any moment, Really nice. And again, this isn't anywhere near full throttle, but yeah, this thing's pretty sweet. I actually really like it. And it just eats bumps up. I mean, no problem at all. Again, I have no clue what the specs of this thing are. They said it's a brand new model. They didn't have a listing for it. I think they actually might have sent specs, but I can't remember. But it's a carbon fiber board. It's lithium ion batteries, of course. And it's just got, and look at this, I'm going over all kinds of bumps and the steering doesn't even change. I mean, I don't even feel like I'm changing directions. That is incredible. Yeah, this is actually a board I think I could see myself actually riding around. Huh. That's pretty sweet. Oh, All right, so let's go over some specs. So this model is called the Behemoth. This is, again, one of the models they haven't really released yet. I think they're releasing it today as I'm doing this. So this board has independent suspension, as I showed you extensively already, and it has two 600-watt motors. The top speed is 28 miles per hour, and the range is estimated for 22 miles. This is a carbon fiber board as well, and the shape of it apparently is impact resistant. If you get like a side profile look at it, you guys can kind of see it's curved like that, so it doesn't bend at all. It is, and it's waterproof. It's got a lithium battery, and they call this one an all-terrain longboard. So they say you can ride it over gravel and rocks and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna test that right now. I got a planter behind me. Let's see what it does. It doesn't like it very much. It's just, I worked so hard on that grass too. Let's get a running start. Maybe that's what it needs. Nope, I'm just doing burnouts because this grass is wet. Nope. The ground is way too wet. I don't blame it. But yeah, anyway, I'm just scrolling through their spec sheet, and everything they're saying in the spec sheet seems to be true. I mean, this is a really impressive board. It really is. The turning radius on this was the first thing I noticed when I whipped around. It has they sent me a chart of turning radius for like trucked longboards and then this suspension setup. And I can confirm that the turning radius on this thing is insane compared to the other longboards. When Gingy Moto and Lord Kurt and stuff were riding the other longboards around, they could barely turn around, you know, on the street. It's a pretty wide street on the normal longboards. This one, I could turn around in like half of the street. I really wanted to do like a full test of it, but after crashing those 2 times, I just don't care to. I mean, and I thought I was gonna be able to. When I knew that they were sending this to me, I was like, oh, totally, I'll get more comfortable on longboards, I'll be good. But it got to me, I took it out of the box, I rode it this first time, and I was just like, yeah, I'm probably still just not ready to ride longboards. I don't know if I ever will be either, so this is probably gonna be my last longboard review. Again, I was just testing it today. I hate calling these reviews because I'm just testing it, seeing what's cool and what's not cool. If you guys do want to check it out, I'm not gonna sell this to you, I don't care. Just go check it out. If it's something that looks cool to you and you want to check it out more, I did leave it a link in the description. Again, I'm not selling this, I don't care. I'm just here to test it. But thank you, Team G, if you're watching this, for sending it to me to test. I think it's a sweet longboard. I'm just not confident enough to ride on it yet. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.